Today is the Chelsea Man City preview. I'm recording this on Tuesday, early doors, before the Champions League, before all the banter, because I want to get this video out so when Arsenal lose to Sporting CP, we can come back to this video and laugh all together. Giovanni Quenda, come and save our lives, please. But guys, before I get into the preview, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, like especially if you love Chelsea and you want to see another Chelsea content creator who gives a different perspective on stuff, which is just all we come here to see, to be honest. We just come here to see a different perspective and points of view across the board. And we don't share hate, we just do all the good stuff. But let's get into it. Both Chelsea and Man City won their FA Cup games. We can see that big clubs like to win their games, you know what I mean, against lesser opposition. But we're not going to get too much into that. Okay, who am I fooling? Arsenal losing to Southampton made my whole day. I told guys at the start of the season, Arsenal will bottle this league. Arsenal will bottle every trophy. And no one wanted to listen to me. I don't even see Arsenal beating Sporting. I just can't see it. In my head, I just can't see it. And it's good to see that football came back and you know what I mean, like Chelsea won, Liverpool got humbled again, and it just lowered them around. People were wondering, why do you want Man City to win so bad? Because I need their confidence to win the league. Plus, I need Liverpool to be battered, because those are the people we're fighting for top 5 with. And I know Chelsea need every little bit of hope we can get. But going on to the performances, Man City beating Liverpool 4-0 is a cry for help. A Haaland hat-trick is kind of scary, especially with the way our defenders have been playing out of the back. I do think this kind of, for that Man City game, I think we're going to have to play Hato, because I think Hato can go man for man with Semenyo on that right wing, I'll be honest. So Hato, and then I need a centre-back pairing. I need Joshua Champong. I do, especially long-limbed for players like Haaland. I need Fofana, so I need that centre-back pairing, and I need Gusto at right-back. And one thing, people have been giving kudos to Hato. I've seen the comps on Twitter. Everyone's giving praise, but no one's talking about Gusto. I think Gusto in a big game is a guaranteed cash money. Gusto in a big game, yeah, is just you just take it and just put it down, slap your deposit on, get your cash and cash out. That's simple. Gusto in a big game, think about it. Even in the PSG loss, he's the one that scored. The final, he's always adding extra width, allows the wingers to go inside. You just don't see it from a tactical perspective. But if you play all these games like Football Manager, you watch football, you go to the games, you can just realise these kind of stuff. You pick up on these little details you might not pick up on the TV, which is obviously impressive. And I just think Gusto is that balance in the team which we need. But moving on, when we talk about Man City's front line, yeah, I'm scared. The way they dealt with that Liverpool defence is scary. You're telling me a front line of Cherki, Doku, Semenyo and Haaland isn't to be feared. Jeremy Doku, I don't know, Gusto has to lock him up. But if it was Reece James, I would have all the confidence in the world. But I'm just scared, boys, because that front is the perfect balance. They got two big giant men. Pause. They got two big giant men in Haaland and and Semenyo, and then they got Jinky Majinks. It's literally the secondary school team, bro. You know, we always had that. We had a big fucker up top and a big fucker in defense, and I'm telling you, those are the people who were the serious problems. Them man were just the poachers, noggin. They were just poachers. They used to call me, in school, they used to call me, Lukaku. Because I was just a poacher. Hat-tricks every lunchtime, minimum. Those are the kind of players. So and then you got the coldest baller who's in the midfield, just passing it. And that's the Cherki and Doku. The balance is just giving me secondary school vibes. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know if our centre-backs can handle that much pressure throughout the full 90. But in terms of midfield, I did like the midfield play against Port Vale. I do want to see like a Caicedo, Lavia pivot, because I think that's our most balanced pivot and it allows Caicedo to start crashing out, like just going box to box, which I think is his best position. So in terms of going with their midfield, I'm not too scared, but knowing that Rodri's there, it is a big problem, and Bernardo Silva, those players are good players. So I think it's going to be a quality outing. But this guy, there's just one guy that no one talks about and he just floats up and he just comes out of nowhere. It's just Nico O'Reilly. I don't know how, I can't even come here on some tactical saying, this is how we stop Nico O'Reilly. I don't have any answers. I don't have any answers for this. This guy is scary. when I watch Nico O'Reilly, it's like, bro, like, damn, how did you even get that good? And we wanted him. People don't talk about this enough that Chelsea wanted him. And it's the only reason Man City started playing him early because they didn't want another Cole Palmer situation. And I just thought, oh, it's just another guy. He's tall, whatever. He's a midfielder. And I've watched him and I'm just clocked that sometimes the Blue Code projects, whether we like it or not, are right. Because that Nico O'Reilly, what we're watching is fake. 2 goals against Arsenal in the final. I think that's not even the first final. He scored 2 goals and I think he's actually just some top player gifted from the heavens because a 6'5" left back who can drift into midfield and score goals sounds like something straight out of Football Manager. And you don't even find that on Football Manager too often. Unless like you're 20, 35 like me. Like, but boys, it is actually scary. But then you start to go into because I do think they'll play the same team they played against Liverpool, against us, except from James Trafford, which I do think is a proper good team. Like I think they're Kusanov and Mark Gahey. They're a good centre-back pair, and I think Kusanov's really grew into his role, but hopefully you can get a replay of his first game against us, but I doubt it because he looks like some top-quality centre-back. And Kusanov is the reason why I start to believe in players like, it's random, but like people like Gittins, I've always had stocks in this, and I want the evidence to be here when it comes back to it, yeah? Because players like Gittins are the people, with their kind of profile and what they can do raw talent, just raw talent, is one of our most well-rounded wingers. Hands down. Only person that's more well-rounded than him is Esteval. And you can argue with me, you can argue with your wall, but it's fact. Like, I'd rather sell Garnacho first than Gittins. And I'm telling you that Gittins, all you have to do is give these kind of players time. Like, Florian Wirtz is growing into his role, but I promise you, that guy, Florian Wirtz in like 2 years is going to be peak. Like, maybe even next year, like when he's adapted, he's going to be a problem and there's nothing we can do to stop it. And I just think Gittins is that kind of guy. You just need to give some of these players time because I think with Chelsea, we're too do or die, and it's like it really hinders this kind of project. And I don't want people to say I'm blue co in, blue co out. I'm not any of that. I'm just saying that with players like Gittins, you can see with Kusanov, that you just need to give them time and you need the profiles to help them bed in well and get the time they need. That's where the problem is with the Blue Co project. That's why everyone's frustrated because the experienced guys that you need to come in now and perform is what you need to, like, you know what I mean, to let these guys grow. You need to learn from role models. You need to learn how to adapt to the Premier League. You need to learn by getting 10 minutes off the bench, building your confidence, playing FA Cups, knowing that you're good enough. And then when you're good enough, that's when you go into the manager's office and you're there like, oh, I need to start getting game time. And that's when you're ready for Chelsea Football Club. When you can go into the office wholeheartedly and think, I'm ready to play. That's when you're ready for Chelsea Football Club. And like, yeah, man, like, even that James Trafford for Man City, I'd take James Trafford at Chelsea, you know. I'd take him at Chelsea. I would. I've seen enough of him to be like, yo, that you are some serious player. But when it comes to this football thing, yeah, like, I'll be honest. Do I have any hope for this game to win? On the basis that I can think we can get a draw, because every time we play Man City for some reason, we've just somehow managed to get a result. Like, last minute at the Etihad, I was there. That was a bit random. We got a couple of results. You can see that matchday vlog on my channel somewhere. I'll probably put it there. But you start looking at it and you're there like, this Chelsea team is a bit funny sometimes. Like, and I just think without Enzo Fernandez, the person who did score the goal last minute, I think it allows Cole Palmer to be in the 10, his natural position, allowing Esteval and Neto on the left and Esteval on the right to play on the wings. And I just think that could be a good game. But at the same time, at the Etihad, Esteval did get outclassed. I remember he did get tactically outdone. But that was kind of McFarlane's tactic. So it could be, if Esteval's isolated 1v1 with Nico O'Reilly, I think Nico O'Reilly, let's get them long limbs back to the Etihad. I'm telling you, because it will be bad. Because then they might have to play Ait-Nouri, who's more nimble and fast-footed. But in terms of the tactics and who can win and who can do all of this, I just think when you go to the Chelsea team now and you look at what we played, I do think we will have something similar. Nothing too crazy. I think Caicedo and Lavia will be the pivot. I think Wesley Fofana, maybe Achampong, maybe Tosin. I don't really know at the centre-back duo. I do want Hato, but I think it will be Cucurella. And then Malo Gusto, Robert Sanchez. I want Pedro Neto and Esteval as the wingers. Cole Palmer and João Pedro. I want that as the 10 and the number 9. But it's just hard to see because Cole Palmer, I can't lie, he's been disappointing me recently. In that goals fest against Port Vale, he couldn't do nothing. I don't know. It's not, and people were giving him injuries, and it's none of that, man. The guy just needs to start like picking up. I don't know what he's lacked on. I don't know if he's not locked in. I just think when you give someone something and they don't do it, it hurts even more because you're giving them the mantle, you're giving them the keys, you're giving them the respect, and they haven't shown up for you in a while. And it's like, we know what kind of player you are, and all I'm begging for is literally like something small, like a hat-trick against City. Now I'm joking, but in terms of just show what you can do. Do you know what I mean? Like, because we got guys like Enzo Fernandez twerking for other clubs, but that's because the top players have stopped being top players, and we need these people to step up. But if you think I can say that we can win this game, I don't think we'll win this game, which is obviously a bad thing for us. But in terms of the title race for Man City and Arsenal, like, if Chelsea can get top 5, get Champions League next season, Man City win the league instead of Arsenal, and Arsenal don't win the champs, I'll take it every day of the week if we had to lose tomorrow. If we had to lose against Man City. But boys, we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? I've said my match predictions. Let me know yours in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And come on, boys, don't forget, up the Chelsea.